If you are planning to relocate abroad with your wife, you need to sit her down and apologize. This young man shot his wife twice in the head, killed himself, and now they've left their only son an orphan. All this would have been avoided. They had issues in their marriage when they relocated, and this very day, there was domestic violence involved. She called the cops on him. He killed himself, his wife, and left the only son, the only child they have. If you are in Africa, Asia, or anywhere in the world, and you know quite well the culture there is different from what you're gonna get when you come to places like Canada, the United States, or the UK, you have to sit your wife down and talk to her, apologize to her, especially if you know you have not been a good husband. If you know you have been abusive, physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, you need to sit your wife down, talk to her, and apologize over and over and over again. Now, this should be done at least 2 to 3 years before you travel out, because she needs to see the honesty in your apology by change of character. Because when you bring your family abroad, when you relocate with your wife abroad, the respect and the authority you command over your wife is going to be from the content of your character, not just because you think you're the man or you're the head of the family. And this is the problem most men, especially from Africa, always have when they relocate. They still want to control their wives. And when you talk to your wife, especially when you relocate, you have to be very, very sensitive about the language you use. You might want to say things like, okay, this is my wife, I've always known her, she's not that kind of person, she can never do this. Trust me, these women will always want to come for revenge. Everything you've done to her back home, you're bringing her here to continue. She's always going to come for revenge. She always want to get her own pound of flesh. The best thing to do is to try to settle all differences back home before bringing her here. If you do that, it's going to be a lot better. But if you decide to bring the woman here, you didn't settle your differences back home, you believe she will never do anything like that, you felt she's not that kind of person, you were abusive, you were insensitive, trust me, the woman stayed with you then because probably she was financially dependent on you, there were kids involved, family, culture, probably she's worried about being discriminated. When you bring that woman here, those things will not bother her anymore, because now you're going to be working, she's going to be working. You're earning, she's earning. There's going to be difference. And this woman now need to search down to find reasons why she should respect you. She will want to respect you based on the content of your character, because now she doesn't depend on you or anything. Now, if you have been abusive back home and she still carries that trauma with her, she's going to want to come back for you. And you might come here and you still want to do things the way you used to do things, or you still want to keep talking to her, reacting the way you used to react. You're going to get yourself in trouble, a big trouble, and you're going to regret everything. So it's easy. Do the needful. It doesn't take anything. Talk to your wife, settle your differences. Make sure she understands that you are sincerely sorry about it. Drop the ego. Drop the ego. You're going to appreciate this later. Most men are suffering today abroad because of the things they did to their wives back home. Finally, this message is not for everybody. If you know this message concerns you, then work with it. And that is why I said, this message is not for everybody.